Oh, man, it's been a long time, it feels like, at least since last year that we've been on the camera. But welcome back to Knuckle Sandwich. I'm Brandon Anderson, the host. Today, there's already 6 people in the chat minimum waiting to hear from Rooster himself, the cock of the walk. You walk in the pen, you come correct. He had all the kind of things to say this past Saturday after his knockout of the night victory, Dakota Ballard. And me and him go way back. We'll probably end up telling some stories, from 10 years ago in high school. Who knows? But yeah, this guy has surged onto the scene here around the region and made a lot of waves and noise so far. So I'm excited to see what he ends up doing. And if you're already here, hit subscribe. Of course, we've passed 1,000. Now the road to 5,000 is here. I'm just setting big goals for 2026. But without further ado, let's bring on Rooster himself, Dakota Ballard. Dakota, my friend, thanks for taking the time after practice tonight to sit down with us and chat it up a little bit.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be here, man. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, it's like I was saying earlier, man. It's crazy. It's like how this thing is kind of just come full circle. Me and you went to school together, and I remember when you started this, and doing the stuff with the fight game, and I thought it was very cool. And man, I always enjoyed fighting. I always enjoyed watching it. Never thought that I had the time as a grown up to get into it, but I went through a breakup. And I said, you know what? I've always wanted to do it. Let's hop into it, man. And it's been good to me so far. And yep, here we are today.
It's crazy because I remember I was at an Aries show not too long ago. Maybe it was a couple Decembers ago, and you had saw me and you pulled me aside and you're like, "Hey, I've got a fight coming up, or I'm looking for a fight coming soon, and I'll be on the podcast soon and all those things." And again, another full circle moment there, but it is super cool. I'm glad to see. People from Camden, from our side of town and all those things succeed. And you especially making big noise, which you always have. You've always had the confidence to say whatever you want to say and be able to back it up too. So MMA is a perfect sport for you. But before we get into MMA, rugby, arm wrestling, football, you've pretty much done everything under the sun when it comes to sports. How much of that has transferred over for you for MMA? And really, I just assume rugby is the perfect sport to come from for MMA as well.
Yeah, man. I'll talk a little bit about that, and I'll get a little deep too, man. We'll get into the mind of Dakota and kind of how I just get to where I'm at today. But yeah, man, back to where you said where I met you. Yeah, it was was it 2026, 2024 in December is when I went to my first Aries event. I signed up in December. And I didn't do anything that month because I had a lot going on, and I started in January, and then I took a couple months off. I had heart surgery. We'll get into that as well. But I had heart surgery and I was out for 3 months, and then started training. So I've only been training for about 9 or 10 months. I've been in the game for about a year. But anyways, yeah, dude. So back to football, baseball, basketball, the whole nine. I've always loved sports growing up, man. I always just was a busy kid, ADHD. Always had to be stimulated. You know what I mean? So, and the way that I operated, man, was like, and really it was good, but it wasn't good. Can y'all hear that over there?
No, you're good.
Can you turn it? Yes, no, maybe.
You're fine.
Good. Okay, good.
Yeah, keep going.
I try to get to a quiet spot. I didn't want to do it in the truck either because I don't want to be driving, and
Fair.
So. But anyways, yeah. So train of thought. So I was always into everything, man. And the thing was for me was like, because I always had to be stimulated, I'd get good at something, and then I would kind of get bored of it, and then go to something else. And that's just kind of how my brain operated. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I've done, X amount of things. I did karate growing up. I wouldn't say that really translates as far as what I learned to what I'm doing today. Maybe hand-eye coordination or who knows. I wouldn't say it really did anything. But I did karate growing up, baseball, basketball, football. I wrestled a year in high school before I moved to Camden. And then I was in band in high school, and then went to rugby, arm wrestling. Played. Dude, I was big into golf at one point. I was trying to take golf serious. During COVID, I was shooting pool 80 hours a week. Dude, you name it, I've done it, man. At least the only thing I haven't done is soccer because I thought it was always, dumb. You're not gonna see my big ass running around the field, up and down the field.
Yeah. Those guys are 150 and jumping super high. You know, you maybe don't fit the mold for a soccer player, but arm wrestling you were very successful at as well too, like #1 in the state and all those kind of things. I've always looked at arm wrestling as like this backyard. You know, you see cornhole on the TV every now and then. You're like, oh, cool, I'll watch it, and that's how I always viewed arm wrestling, not realizing there's whole ranking systems and all these things, and how successful you could be in that as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's anything, right? I mean, you don't really know how big something is until you really learn about it, especially something like arm wrestling, because it's something that when you hear arm wrestling, you're thinking, on a bus with your boys when you were, in grade school, or when you're at the bar, you get drunk, you got a pretty girl beside you, you want to impress her. You know what I mean? So when you think of arm wrestling, that's what you think, So, which, speaking of arm wrestling, that's how I knew I was kind of good growing up, man. No one could really beat me. And then I met a dude that was like, yeah, you should arm wrestle this guy. And it was a really cool story. The dude, at the time, I was about 240 pounds. And the guy's name was Scott Whitfield. He's actually from Camden. I don't know if you know that name. But he was like 100. He might be 140, 150 pounds, maybe a little big. I don't know. He's not a big dude at all, okay? And I go over to his house, and it's the first time I arm wrestled. And, dude, like, he smoked me. He literally it was so mind blowing because I was like, he was letting me like messing around with his hand a little bit. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat this dude. He's like, okay, man. Well, he's like, I'm gonna let you go, and then when you go, then I'm gonna go. So I did this. I go, okay. I looked at him. I said, are you ready? He said, yeah. I do this. I go, stops right here. He about tore my shoulder out of socket, dude. So from there I was hooked. And I got linked up with a crew out in Waverly, a guy named James Wirt, Terry Preston, those guys that they kind of made big waves in the sport back when they're like in their prime and stuff. So good group of guys. And it led me to, I was consistent with it, and it led me to be #1 left in the state. And I think I want to say I got to 15th in the country at the 242 weight class. And then, man, so I just kind of took it serious and see where I could go with it. And it got to a point, man, where I thought I could really take it somewhere. But those guys that are at that high level, man, they're all just juiced out of their minds on steroids.
Sure.
So to be able to compete with those guys, no matter how naturally gifted you are, you have to level the playing field, right? So I wasn't willing to do that. I dabbled a little bit, but I wasn't willing to like really sacrifice my body just to say, hey, I'm the best arm wrestler. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, now, maybe not sacrificing your body with testosterone and steroids, but sacrificing on the other end in MMA, sacrificing limbs and things of that nature. Said you had heart surgery as well, too. I mean, why MMA? Why choosing to go this route? At such a young age as well, too, 28, 29, I'm sure. So why choose this sport?
God, bro, that's a great question. And it's funny how the original reason that I quit arm wrestling was because I was tired of my joints hurting.
Yeah.
I was like, because I'd go arm wrestle, man, and it would get to a point where I couldn't even I'm not joking, I couldn't even pick up a water bottle. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm like, that's why I quit doing that. And then I go to a sport where I'm like asking to get punched in the face, dude. So I guess I'm just a glutton for punishment. I don't know. I think for me, man, #1, of course, I did karate growing up. So like fighting to me was kind of always in my life and something I was very interested in. I love the art of it because it's a chess match. You know what I mean? Like fighting is it's chess. It's a type of chess that hurts, right? But man, I've always enjoyed it. I've always been a pretty violent dude, and I just thought that, especially with the way that my mind is, always having to do something. I just thought that was the next route for me to go. Now, that being said, anything that I do that I put my mind to, I have to have a goal. There has to be a reason that I'm doing what I'm doing. Sure. So I talked to a few people. They're like, yeah, man, you should think about doing it, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. Well, I found this gym, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu down in Brentwood. And let me tell you how I think this is the God thing, because I went there and nobody was there. Knocked on the door. I even made a phone call. He didn't answer. The next place I go is Nashville MMA.
Nice.
So I walk into Nashville May, and then Big Tim, he's the big dog around here. He's the one that makes everything run. I came in. I said, "Hey," and then they hear this all the time. Hey, I want to fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they hear that all the time, man. Of course, like, oh yeah, of course you want to fight. I'm like, yeah, listen, I'm 27 years old. I just turned 27. I said, is there a possibility if I put everything into this and I focus on this sport, is there a possibility that I could take it somewhere at my age? And if he would have told me no, Brandon, I would have walked out of that gym.
Yeah.
Because there has to be a reason that I'm doing something. But he said, hey, man, if you have the athletic ability, if you have the drive, and you have pretty much just the drive and want to and the discipline to put the work in, you can get somewhere. I said, okay, well, where do I sign up? Yeah. So, and that's pretty much what started my MMA journey, man. And here we are, dude, 2-0.
Well, so about 8 months after you walk into the gym, you start training. First fight at the Nashville Underground, and talk about making waves right off the bat. You had sent in your story of your first fight with how it all went down, and I would love for you to tell the story of that, because Tapology, it's not on there yet. You can't find a video anywhere on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. So, tell the people how you won your first fight, because it's definitely not something that everybody gets the experience of in their first fight as well, too.
Oh, okay. So, I hope I can touch base on what you're talking about. Yeah. So, yeah, we're 8 months in, and man, it was actually very hard to find me an opponent. The guy that I was fighting was supposed to fight. He backed out like 8 days. 8 days beforehand. So it was hard to find one. Shout out to my boy Jalil. His cousin hopped in and saved the day for me. Tony, fucking, I can't thank him enough for doing that, because I just wanted to fight, man. I wanted to fight, and he had the balls to get in there, because I'm going to tell you, man, people can sit there and this. People can sit there and watch that, and they can talk all this stuff they want, man. But like getting in that cage and watching that door lock behind you, and the only way out is either you're going to get your hand held up, or you're going to get knocked out or get hurt, man. It's a mental game, man. It takes a lot, especially making that walk to the cage.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that. So, but anyways, he took the fight, and man, it was a crazy experience. Main event. I was the main event for my first fight, man. So, like, who gets to say that? Who gets to say that you're the main event for the first fight? So it was a surreal moment. I had everybody there, all my people. And I remember just standing behind the curtain, and I was like, "This is it, man." And of course, I was like, "Man, I can't lose in front of all my people, man." Like,
right.
Man, I walked out, and they go crazy. I'm like, "This is insane." I walk in there, and there's actually a couple funny things about this fight. So, in the back while we're warming up, I'm like, "Hey, listen, let's just do something crazy." I'm like, "Let's just." Literally 5 minutes before the fight, I'm like, you know what? Let's just try a flying teep. All right. So 5 minutes before the fight, I'm practicing a flying teep, dude. Right. And in the back, it actually looks pretty decent. It's like, you know what? It's acceptable. I get out there, brother. I watched the replay on it, man. I'm like, oh my God. Thank God he just didn't step to the side and just crack me, Because dude, I went out there like this. I threw my arms up, put my foot out, man. But yeah, man, that was the start of the fight. But we get in there, and it was definitely everything that I expected. And what was and then the other funny part about it, right, was it went to the second round, and the ref stopped the fight, because I guess he took a few shots. He was taking some shots that, that amateur level, if you're not covering or protecting yourself, 3 or 4 shots, they're calling it.
Yeah.
And he called the fight, whatever. Well, literally seconds before that, and the ref didn't see this. Seconds before that, their corner threw the white towel in the cage, but it got caught in the rafters. So the ref didn't even see it, it was great that he stopped the fight, but it'd been so funny, because had he not stopped the fight, their corner was trying to call, throw in the towel, and it got caught in the rafters, and the ref would have never saw it to begin with, man. So,
it just kept going.
Yeah.
Well, man, go ahead.
No, it was just a crazy night. It was surreal, man. It was honestly, dude, like, if I didn't fight again, what a great memory, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, in your second fight too, Baron Asadu, you know, you mentioned earlier it's hard to find people to fight, especially heavyweight. Heavyweight's just hard in general to book for. Um, I mean, you had to go all the way to ATT Lima down in Georgia to find you an opponent for this past weekend in Jackson, and we were able to find a guy. And that was one of my things when I was matching for you was like, I want to find somebody that is athletic, that is reasonably comparable in size. Like, don't want to find somebody that's super small because I know how big you are,
Yeah.
and like that was kind of I knew your athletic background and I knew your size. I'm like, okay, I want to try and match that as much as possible, and the experience level as well too. Um, but man, I mean, the confidence that you had going into the fight, you don't see many southpaw heavyweights either, so that's already something that people aren't used to. And everybody knows you hit hard or suspects that you do, but a lot of people probably didn't or weren't ready for the head movement that you have, the footwork that you had. I mean, being able to catch the body kick, land the straight left, push him off, see that being aware that he is rocked, and then from there pushing forward and basically finishing the fight from there. I mean, the IQ for a second level fight or a second fight is pretty high level if you ask me.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. So first, I'll give myself some props there. Dude, I'm an extremely hard worker. Okay. I'd like to say, of course, well, yeah, dude, in my mind, nobody outworks me. Okay. In my mind, so that's how I think. But, yeah, man, I just, the athletic ability that the God given athletic ability that I have and the drive that I have to want to be good. And then also just putting in the time. Right. So, I mean, obviously that's what it takes. Secondly, man, dude, I can't put enough emphasis on the guys that I train with.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, you got Finn Martin, you got Andrew Stewart, you got Logan Woods, Big Blake. He's on the team now. He's about to fight on LFA. Even the little guys, man. We got AK. We got Debo. We got Rashad. We got Rashad. I mean, I can really name everybody.
Yeah.
Bryce Moore. And here's the thing: what's got my head movement so good is going with the little guys.
Yeah, they're so fast.
Yeah, they're so fast, man. And for me, what I want to bring to this sport for me is like I want them to see me as like almost like a Tom Aspinall. Like, hey, dude, he's a big guy, but the dude can move and he's fast. And he's fast and he's athletic for his size. That's what I want. So I thoroughly enjoy sparring the small guys. Those are the ones that keep me quick on my feet and keep me elusive. And also the reason I want to be like that is especially while I'm at heavyweight, I will be dropping to light heavyweight eventually, by the way. So
it was a question I had.
Yeah, be prepared for that. But at this level, I'm not trying to get hit by these big fuckers. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, dude, I obviously I punch hard, but so do those guys. Those guys punch hard too.
100%.
So yeah, I'm not trying to get hit. So if I can cut an angle, slip the punch, put myself in a good position, to win the fight and keep myself from getting injured, that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, man, I can't put enough emphasis, man. And actually, it boosts your confidence into a fight because I know when I go into that fight, the guys that I train with, the guy I'm fighting, is not as good as the guys that I train with.
Sure.
So, I mean, think about how that prepares you for a fight, especially at the level I'm at.
Yeah. You almost had like a Mystic Mac prediction. You had called for like a 45-second to a minute at the weigh-in interview. You had said, man, I'm going in there, punch an MFer in the face, 45 seconds a minute. I don't want to go all 3 rounds. 49-second KO of the night. So I'm sure that felt really good as well too. Now I did want to kind of put something out there. 10 years ago, I would have said that Dakota Ballard was the cockiest guy I know. Now, seeing all the discipline and training, I mean, you've mentioned confidence many times. Do you feel like 99% of this is confidence and maybe a little bit of cockiness involved? I mean, Rooster, is that still part of you, part of who you are?
Yeah, man. I think, and also I didn't mention somebody I want to mention. A guy named he's my best friend, my coach. His name's Eddie. He's the one that's poured all the time into me, and that's got me to where I'm at outside of my training partners. He is the dude, man. That dude is. I give it all to him, man. So I want to make sure I give a shout out to him. I can't forget about that guy. He's the one that believed in me at the beginning when nobody else did. But anyways, back to your question. and by nobody else, I mean like at the beginning when everybody was like, yeah, you want to fight? Because at the beginning, man, everybody that comes in, he was like, man, he saw it in me to begin with, and he put the time in me, and we're here now. So,
Nice.
but back to your question, man, dude, if you're in this game, you got to have an ego.
Sure.
You got to have some type of cockiness, and and I'm still that motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's just that'll never go away. But but now I've learned how to channel it, and I guess the best way to put it, if you were to ask people that meet me, like when they first meet me, they're like, yeah, like this dude might be an asshole, he's kind of an asshole, maybe he's cocky. But you give me 30 minutes, you know what, that's actually a genuine dude, that's a good dude. He's got a big heart, he's a good guy. So, and I'm just saying that based off what I've been told. But yeah, man, you gotta believe in yourself, right? You have to, especially get in the cage and be one to brawl and fight somebody. So you got to have an ego. You got to believe in yourself. You got to have confidence. You got to be a little cocky. I definitely believe that for sure. So yeah, that Dakota, still here.
He's still there. Yeah, deep down, he's still there. I have a couple people on here that have said some things. Rapid Fire 259. Not sure who that is. That's their YouTube name. But Brandon, tell Dakota that no matter how good he is at sports, he's still slow and he can't jump. You may know who this is. I'm assuming.
I have no clue. I have no clue.
But and then Logan said that you run a 15-second 40-yard dash, so you must not be that fast.
Hey, all that matters is the hands are fast. So.
There you go. 2026, what's the perfect outline here? What does the end of the year look like? How many fights are we getting in? What's this year look like for you, man?
Yeah, so we're shooting for, I'm down, as long as I'm not taking damage, I'm down to fight every 2 to 3 months. We're looking to get on the Aries card in Knoxville, March 27th.
Nice.
So we're gearing up for that. And then I'll fight again in June at Hub City.
I've already, there's already been birdies chirping around my head with some potential names and such, and that was something I was going to ask you as well too. Are there any people? Do you search around? Do you know who's around here? I mean, because I know, of course, and right. There's a few names that I'm like, man, this would be a great fight for him. But I was curious if you even pay attention to any of the guys around, or you just kind of stay in your zone.
Man, I stay in my zone. I stay in my lane, especially being so new. Dude, I don't care who they put in front of me. I got asked tonight, like if I was going to call anybody out. I don't even know who to call out. I don't give a shit. Whoever they want to put in front of me, I'll fight. I'm in the fight game. Fighters fight. I'm a fighter. I believe I'm a fighter, and that's what I want to do. I don't care who's in front of me. I'm not going to call nobody out, especially at an amateur level. I mean, it doesn't matter. So we get to the pro level. Yeah, we'll start playing that game. But for right now, yeah, I don't really know who's in the scene. I don't know who's watching me fight. I don't know who wants a piece. If they want some, hey, line it up and we'll rock and roll, man. I don't give a shit.
Well, I could definitely see a big fight for June. Obviously Aries, Jeff Hobbs and Tim Lloyd do such a wonderful job with their show, and they'll always match some really good fights as well. So I can assume that 2026 is going to be a really good year for you. I can just I can say that.
Yeah, and so and continue that. So yeah, so we want to fight every 2 to 3 months if we can. Be an amateur, get as much experience as we can. Best case scenario, we go pro beginning of 2027. We have 3 to 4 fights in 2027. God willing, we're getting a call for a contender. Right, that's best case scenario. That's where my head's at. That's what I want, and that's the goal. That's what we're shooting for.
That's I feel like that's almost like the Stewie timeline story almost as well too. He had like 4 amateur fights, 4 or 5, and then was like, all right, we're hitting the pro scene, we're hitting it hard, and he's got a big fight coming up on LFA, and that's what I wanted to talk about next as well. You have 5 or 6 teammates on the LFA card coming up in Clarksville. Yeah. I'm assuming you're going to be there.
Of course.
But let me pull this thing up because I want to hear, what is the talk around the whole entire building right now at Nashville MMA? What are some of these guys thinking about these matchups? What do you think about some of these matchups? And, we'll start with the co-main event. Cedric Sanders, Debo.
Okay. Debo.
Fighting a Russian guy. Last time he fought at LFA, he fought some stud from out west or whatever, and finished that fight how he wanted to and got the win.
Yeah, so that's actually great because let's call it what it is. He was brought in to lose that fight.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
this prospect coming in. I think he was undefeated at the time. I'm not sure if he was. Either way, I know he was a big.
Yes.
Was he? Okay, big prospect. Debo was brought in to pretty much to be fed, to the lions, if you will. And he got in there and beat that dude's ass, and it was great. I mean, it was awesome, man. And so good for Debo. So I don't really know much about his opponent on this fight, but I do know that hopefully seeing that fight and what Debo did, hopefully, man, they don't underestimate him anymore. They give him the props that he deserves because he's also a hard worker, man. He's been here, he's consistent, and Debo's he's the man. So I'm looking for definitely for him to put on a good performance just like he did last time and come out with a dub.
The guy that he's fighting literally fights in Russia, so obviously I've never even heard of the guy's name. So I'm curious too. And Debo is the silent killer, man. I mean, ever since I've known him, we interviewed him one time. He was the most soft-spoken interview we've ever had, and but he is, when he gets in the cage, man, he's something else. And then move into the next fight. I mean, basically, who I see you train with the most, Andrew Stewart, Stewie, 5-1, taking on his hardest test yet. Back up to 185 now. I figure they just had a hard time finding some 170s for him, and he has to cut a bunch of weight to get down to 170. Christian Eccles, the #1 out of Alabama. This fight feels like, and I feel like I've been saying this for a hot minute now, but this feels like the fight for Stewie. Like, you get through this one, it feels like the fight.
Well, fun fact about Stewie, I want to bring it up. It's what's funny is I want to say at his second fight, his second amateur fight, he fought a dude out of ATT Lima and knocked him out.
Miles Dillahunty, yes.
Yeah, he knocked him out in 49 seconds, just like I did. So that was that's actually pretty cool. He told me that a couple of days ago. I thought that was a fun fact.
Yeah.
So maybe I am walking the Stewie line, man. But hey, you know what? That's cool because he is the man. He's awesome, dude. He puts in the hard work, and he's obviously a great fighter. He deserves where to be where he's at. And about this fight, I think that he's looking to get in the UFC this year. Yeah. So this is the fight. This is the route that he needs to take. This is the fight he needs to take, and he needs to finish here. He needs to finish this guy. He needs to show the matchmakers over at the UFC that he's meant to be there. And of course, being my teammate, being biased, of course, I think he's got what it takes. I think he has the talent and the skill, and but now he just has to go out there and put it together. And from what I've seen from this other guy, I've watched a few of his fights. As long as Stewie is Stewie, I think he comes out on top. Of course.
Yeah, we're all biased Stewie fans over on this side of the camera, so no big deal there. Bryce Warner, probably another one. I'm just a big Bryce Warner fan as well, taking on another Randy Rivera Santiago out of Minnesota. Don't know much about the guy. 1-1 pro, but he's got a first-round KO in his last fight. I mean, but Bryce, every time I see him, he gets better. It's like he hasn't even touched a decline, in my opinion.
No, man, Bryce. I mean, and also he's very young, right?
Yeah.
So very young in his career, and
22 years old.
He's a bad dude, man. Like, and I also, when I spar with him, he's some of my favorite rounds.
Yeah.
He's a lefty. I'm a lefty, so. We get in there. He's not afraid to bang. He'll put it on me. He'll hit me hard. He's hit me hard a few times. And I'm like, oh, this little guy's got some power, man. I like that. But yeah, of course. I mean, everybody you're gonna ask me about, I'm gonna be biased for everybody because they're my teammates, right? But dude, I mean, he is. I think for the level he's at, man, I honestly think he's as good as it gets, and he's gonna keep getting better. He hasn't even hit his ceiling yet. I mean.
I feel like I've been trying to rush Bryce into turning pro and going all these things and whatever. Every time I interview him, I'm like, what's next? What's the big thing? What's the big jump? And he's one of the guys that's just like, man, I'm taking the next fight. The next fight's the next fight, and then I'll go to the next one. He's not rushing it. He knows he's young, and I think that's a big attribute to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got time on his side, right? So he can play that game. Like me, I unfortunately, I can't, and I say that to say, like, I think he had like 10 or 11 amateur fights. If I'm not sure, but and I think he's undefeated. He went undefeated in amateur. So, I mean, you have that many fights, he's ready to go pro. And you know what his record is pro? I don't know what his record is pro.
2-0. Yeah.
2-0. Yeah, cool, beautiful. Yeah, his last performance was beautiful, dude. That dude that he fought didn't want to be in there with him. I think he knew Bryce was just levels above him. And of course, I'm pulling for Bryce. He's got the talent, and I think he's going to go in there and do what he needs to do, man.
Yeah. A newcomer to Nashville MMA, Brevin Sullivan, taking on Cody Noel. How has Brevin been, accepted into this Nashville crowd? I know he was over at Agogi Combatives for a little while, I believe, but it seems like he fits right in.
Yeah, man. When it comes to this National MMA group, especially with all Dustin wants to see is consistency and hard work. And Brevins put that in, and so when you do that, you do fit in. You fit in National MMA. So of course, I talked to Brevin a little bit. Little guys, it's not clicky, but it's like little guy.
Oh, you got to spar with your size, yeah.
Exactly. I'm very impressed with the way Brevin moves. He's an extremely good striker, and I want to say I've rolled with him once or twice. His jiu-jitsu is good too. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to watch that. He fought for Karate Combat, I know, once, and put on a decent performance there. But he's even better now, right? So I'm excited to watch that. Who is he fighting?
Cody Noel. He's from North Carolina, Hobbs-Jackson Week MMA, 1-0 pro as well. So
cool. So that could be a good matchup then for him.
Yeah. And then your other heavyweight buddy, Blake Mitchell. Uh-oh. Muted.
Yeah, I just got a phone call. I should put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay. It was funny. Was this funny? Is he just called me? That was him calling me. That's hilarious. So
Blake Mitchell and Nate George. That's a heck of a matchup as well.
Yeah, man. I think Blake is going to surprise some people too. Blake is a guy that's he's at the top of the heavyweight as far as his size. He'll be 265 weighing in.
Yeah.
Big boy, dude. Very quick with the hands. Exceptional leg kicks. Striking's great. He's decent on the ground. He is somebody that's, for his size, you wouldn't expect him to be as fast and elusive, as good as he is. And he is. He is good. He's going in. It's going to be his first pro fight. I've done a little research on the guy he's fighting. The guy he's fighting, to me, didn't really look. I mean, the dude he fought hasn't fought in a year, so I hope to God he's gotten better. But from what we've seen, he looks real crazy. He just throws a lot of overhands. Does a lot of crazy stuff. Footwork is bad. So I'm thinking that Blake takes that pretty easy, in my opinion.
So Nashville goes 5-0 on the night, I would assume.
Is it 5 or 6? 6 of our guys. Okay, yeah. So
I saw 5. Yeah.
They're looking for another one. They're looking. I think Finn's trying to get on the card. They're looking to get a fight for him. So I don't know if they are if they've kind of gave up on that, or if they're still trying to do that. Crossed. Fingers crossed. Hey, don't nobody want to fight Finn. I mean, come on now.
That's true. That's fair. So, last thing, and then I'm going to kick you off of here. This is like the longest interview we've done in a hot minute.
Oh, man.
I'm
a talker, dude. I'm sorry.
I know. And this last thing is perfect because you're notorious on the mic now. You've rocked the mic on the black tie stage and all of your interviews and just things you say on your Facebook stories, all that stuff. I watch it all. And what you said in the black tie interview, the cock of the walk, you come in the pin, you come correct, cock-a-doodle-doo, mother effer, all those things. Next time I come in, I'm the main event, nothing less, those kind of things. So I have pulled up 4 iconic and unhinged trash talk moments in the UFC, okay? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read the quote. If you can tell me the guy that said it, I'll give you 1 point. If you can tell me the guy that he said it about, I'll give you another point. And again, all you got to do is score 4 out of 8, and I'll give you a knuckle sandwich shirt.
I'm going to lose this, dude.
There's a couple easy ones and a couple hard ones, all right?
Okay.
All right. First one, I will do a home invasion on you. I will cut the power to your house, take a picture of you in bed with the Nogueira brothers working on your jiu-jitsu.
Nate Diaz.
No. Chael Sonnen.
Yeah.
See? Saying it to Vanderlei Silva.
I'd have never known that.
Well, how deep is your MMA knowledge here when it comes to these kind of things?
Probably, I mean, if you were to say something that Conor McGregor said, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's Conor, because it's just,
Okay.
because I know kind of how he talks, but yeah, man, I mean, dude, probably not that good, just because I just got in the game, and and before I got in the game, I was just a casual watcher, so as far as like knowing exactly what somebody said to somebody, unless it's like the Conor McGregor, break out the red panties, or something like that, you're rich, babe, whatever. But that's about. I probably know a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's probably some Chael Sonnen stuff that I know as well. But yeah, dude, keep going. I mean,
we're gonna keep going through this. We're gonna do it. I believe in you. I believe in you.
I'm gonna fail miserably.
I had to give him a 3-piece with the soda. I mean, this is an iconic line here.
Oh, I should know that.
You should. Miami.
Masvidal.
Masvidal. Do you know who he said it to? Said it about?
Colby Covington.
Oh, it's a viral moment. The flying knee KO right off the bat.
Oh, Ben
Askren. Yeah.
Ben Askren. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna give you one. I'm not giving you Ben.
I said Ben Askren.
I was saying Ben as you were saying Ben. I don't know.
No, I said it before you.
I'll give you 1.5. Who the fuck is this guy?
Conor McGregor.
Okay, but do you know who he said it about?
Yeah, Stevens.
Okay, 3.5. All you need is one more. 3.5. Oh, I don't know if you're gonna get this one. You might. If you get the last name, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
All right. If I had that much money, I'd be freaking pampering myself the freak up. There would be mother freakers every hour on the hour showing up to pamper me out.
See, that sounds like something Chael Sonnen would say.
It's not Chael Sonnen.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, say it again.
If I had that much money, I'd be freaking pampering myself the freak up. There would be mother freakers every hour on the hour showing up to pamper me out.
I know who's. I remember seeing that.
Okay. All you gotta get is the last name.
Every hour on the hour.
I feel like I could give you a hint, but if I gave you a hint, it would really give it away.
Yeah, don't do that.
Here, let me just do this. West Coast, and that's all you get.
Damn,
I'm gonna start a 10-second timer.
10-second timer. No,
you can do it. I promise you can do it.
Oh, West Coast.
Think about some of your earlier answers.
Oh, Nate Diaz.
It was Nick, but I'll give you a half point for getting the. I'll get you a shirt. Just text me your size. I'll get you a shirt. Yeah. Any shout outs you got? The floor is yours, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out. I mean, God first, right? Shout out to him. He's the reason I'm here. So obviously, let's see, Eddie, Coach, everybody here at the gym, Dustin, all my teammates, sponsors, Recon Elite Services. They sponsored me last fight. Thank you to them. Yeah, man, that's it, dude. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah, you should know this is gonna be the longest one, man. I'm a talker, dude. I mean, yeah, we could have. There's still so much more we could talk about too. So, but true. I imagine we'll do this again. I'd imagine. So
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will.
But yeah, thank you for having me on, dude. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon, man.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on with us, brother. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe and watch Dakota fight 3 to 4 more times this year. You won't want to miss it. You can go back and watch his last fight on our Black Tie stream on the channel. I'll post the link later.
Peace.